Hey, shalom, shalom. And before I get started, as always, I want to say call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakah Kwadash, and double honors be unto my apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well and that taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And peace and blessings be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, you men, women, and children. All right, those of you who truly believe on the names Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and that standing firm through faith here in these latter days. Peace and shalom be unto you. All right. And, this is Brother Yaqar. All right. Down here with the brothers in the GMS Mississippi Gulf Coast. All right. Formerly GMS Alaska. But I'm still there with the brother in the spirit. All right. And just coming back at you with another Hebrew word of the week. Okay. Adawan Ratazah, Lord willing, to edify the lambs, the sheep of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And, as you can see on the screen, all right, my Hebrew word of the week, okay, is stemming from Isaiah 13 and 12. Okay. All right. And the Hebrew word, all right, is going to be Yaqar. 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 Okay. Which in the English, all right, the word would be precious. Okay. Because that's what the Lord is finna make the men of the Lord. Okay. Precious. Okay. And we're actually being made precious now. Okay. But the world just can't see it. All right. But as it is written in Ezekiel 33, the 33rd chapter, okay, then shall they know a prophet was amongst them. All right, that's what these people are about to recognize. That's what they're about to witness, man. Okay, that a prophet was among them. All right, the same men that they, mocked at, scorned at, laughed at, okay, talk shit about, those same men, all right, the Lord is finna make precious, man. All right. And like I say, we're already precious. Out of one Ratazah, Lord willing, we be of the elect. Okay, because it starts here. It starts by having this wisdom and knowledge. Okay, which is the stability of our times, man. Okay, and the scriptures what also says that we have this treasure in earthen vessels. Okay, and the treasure, once again, represents the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so we're already precious, but once again, the Lord is finna magnify it. Okay, to where certain family members, certain people of the world we knew. Okay, and certain women, which brothers ain't looking for that, but that's coming too. Okay, that Isaiah 4 and 1. All right, we're gonna be looked at as precious. Like Apostle Gabar said, what? We're going to be highly sought after, man. Okay, so we don't have to look for that recognition now. Okay, because it's coming in due time. All right, the Lord is going to raise us up, man. Okay, and he's going to, protect us. He's going to have a certain spirit on brothers in these times, man. To where these people gonna know a prophet was amongst them, man. That Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai was dealing with these men. Okay? These people are getting ready to see that. All right, but without further ado, let's go ahead and slack you. get straight into the scripture. And then I also want to get that Isaiah 4:1. Okay, because that goes hand in hand with the Lord making a man more precious than fine gold. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. And it reads, it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Who is I? Okay, the Lord. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay, he's going to make a man of Yasharallah, a man of Israel, more precious than fine gold. And I ain't talking about them small hats. I'm talking about the real Israelites, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians. Okay, those of us who are of the hopeful elect. Okay, the Lord is finna make us known, man. Okay? Because we're not reverenced right now. You know, not that we're seeking for reverence. You know, it's supposed to be this way. Okay, people supposed to look at us like we're not the prophets. Like we're insignificant. Okay, but the scriptures tells you what? That the Lord chose the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, man. Okay, so we're looked to be as fools. We look to be what? Unlearned men. Okay, but the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is with us. Okay, because he have given us his wisdom and knowledge. Once again, that's keeping us stable, man. So we're not all over the place. We have a perfect understanding, man. Okay, of you know, why we're here and what we got to do to get out of it, man. Which is call these things to mind while we're here. You know, which we have done. And just seek Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. Continuously. You know, day in and day out. Scripture says, what? Seek ye the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and all these things shall be added unto you, man. Oh, that's the main mission. That's the main goal. Is to seek Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You know, in his righteousness. And all these things is going to be added unto us, man. Okay, the preciousness, Salakia. The 7 women added unto one man. Okay, and that 7 represents completion. So it could be however many women, okay, the Lord choose to chase after you, man. Okay. So that they can be protected, man. Because we're coming into some horrific times, man. Some perilous times. So these women are getting ready to want protection, man. All right, from men in general, but especially men of the Lord, man. Men of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay? And I'm going to read that Isaiah 13:12 again. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. So the Lord likened his men unto gold. Fine gold. Okay, I want to get that word precious real quick. Okay, because this is, you know, the Hebrew word that the lesson is based off. All right. More precious. It says to esteem, to be prized. Okay, we're going to be highly esteemed in that time. We're going to be the prize. Okay, valuable. Precious, be costly, be appraised. All right, the women are going to praise us. Okay, which we know ultimately this is going to happen in the kingdom. You know, the ultimate praise, but it's going to start when all hell break loose, man. Okay. The women are, you know, going to want the men of the Lord, man. They're going to want that protection. Okay. So they're going to be all over us, man. Okay, and a lot of you going to get the boot. Okay. But those, you know, that the Lord put the spirit on us to keep around, we going to keep around. All right. But the men of the Lord are going to be highly valued, man. Okay. And once again, like, you know, my beloved Elder Apostle Kabar said, man, we're going to be highly sought after. Righteously so, man. Okay, so we ain't to worry about women right now. Okay? Because the Lord is going to give us that, man. Okay, he's going to give us that because he's going to show these people that a prophet was among them, man. All right, that a man of the Lord was standing right in your face. Okay, and you forsook him. What? Really you forsook Yahweh Shemel Shai, but you forsook the men of the Lord. You forsook Yahweh Shemel Shai through the men of the Lord. Salakia. Okay? And let me see, Salakia. That's pretty much it, on the word precious. Okay, once again, to be esteemed, to be prized, to be valuable, to be precious. All right, and it ain't us. This is of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And his wisdom and knowledge, that makes us precious. Okay, that's going to make us make the right moves, to be at the right place at the right time. Okay, this is all of Yahweh Shemel Shai. It ain't nothing we did. Okay, to get this truth, Lord willing, we're just one of the ones who was chosen from the foundation of the earth. But there is something we, have to do to keep it, man. Which is serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, man, and don't let go, all right, of this truth. Okay. And real quick, this is Isaiah. Damn, did I finish that? Salakia. And 13 and 12. I believe so. But Salakia, for time's sake, I want to get this Isaiah 4 and 1. All right, because this is getting ready to come to pass, man. All right, here in these last days. All right, Isaiah 4 and 1, it says, and in the last days. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. All right, which, we went into how that word 7 represents completion. Okay, so a complete number of women are going to take hold of one man of the Lord. Okay. And it says, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Right. So basically, they're going to be in the spirit of, we'll bring our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Our own food and raiment. Okay, just let us be called by your name. Meaning, just let us be your wife, your woman. Okay? To take away our reproach, man. Because we're coming into a very reproachful time. All right, and these women are going to want a man of understanding, man. Okay, whereas they should have wanted us now. Okay, but it was written to happen this way. Okay. It was meant for Jake to be hard-headed and not want to seek Yahweh Shemel Shai, and not want to take the men of the Lord serious. Okay. But a time is coming, once again, that they're going to know a prophet was among them. Okay. And all manners of women are going to be flocking to brothers, man. Okay. Because this is going to happen before the kingdom, man. Okay. You see? The scriptures speak about a man of the Lord being a covert from the wind, man. Just roughly paraphrasing. Meaning we're going to be a protection, man. Okay, to you women. All right. But that's pretty much it. Adawan Ratazah, Lord willing. This lesson was edifying. And until next time, I want to say a Bible ball and quam to the elect. of Yasharala. Hey, shalom, shalom.